Hey everybody, Zero here, and I wanted to talk about the PlayStation 5 reveal that recently happened. This isn't going to be a full coverage for the whole conference or whatever it is you want to call it. I wanted to go over some of the games that I found pretty interesting, and we'll be talking about the PlayStation 5 console itself. If you're looking for a specific part in the video, be sure to use the timestamps in the description or the pinned comment. Or you can also use the video player itself to find specific segments in the video that you're looking for. Thank you, and enjoy the video. For the first game, we've got Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart. Now, I was actually really looking forward to this one because I wanted to see where Insomniac Games was going to go from here. After Ratchet and Clank 2016, which was basically a remake of the first game, and for the most part the third game, Up Your Arsenal, we were kind of left in the dark as to wondering where they were going to go with Ratchet and Clank next. Are they going to go with the remake for Going Commando? Are they going to continue the future series in some way? And thankfully the trailer basically showed us immediately right away that we were going to continue off from where Future left off. There's a lot to take in with the new trailer for Ratchet and Clank. There was definitely gameplay shown, which was nice because, you know, I want to see how the game performs and everything. The game is still in alpha, so there's still going to be some hiccups during the gameplay that we see from here until possibly release. But overall, I did like what I see. The overall gameplay itself was more or less the same, but with a couple of different new features added to the game, and hopefully more will be shown over time. A new character was added, and I'm really wondering what her role will be. The last thing we need is another Angela Cross situation where she suddenly just vanishes out of thin air or something. I actually won't be going too much into detail about A Rift Apart now. I have another video planned for that in the near future, so please stay tuned for that and look forward to it. Returnal makes it on the list because I've been itching for a third-person shooter horror survivalist game. I'm not entirely sure, but it's definitely very interesting. I love the sci-fi setting, and I love the whole this planet is keeping me here with a death loop and I need to break the cycle sort of gameplay loop. I don't know, I'm a sucker for those. Overall, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It's got all the stuff that I like, you know. Hopefully more gets shown on this, but for right now we're kind of stuck with the trailer, which is it pretty much gets the whole point across, really. I was definitely not expecting these enemy designs to be so like gothic horror or anything like that. It's really cool. I like it. I want to see more on this. Hopefully we get more news on it soon. I was definitely surprised to hear about this. Oddworld has been a game that I've been playing back on the PS1. It was very nice to see it come back on the PS5. And it's gonna be on the PC, but you know what I mean. Overall, I'm definitely happy to see it come back. Feel like it's been forever since we've had like another Oddworld game. There was definitely a few gameplay bits here and there, such as the Quarma, which was the one that stood out the most, and Abe's story continuing is always nice to see. I'm really wondering if they'll show anything else or this will be all we get until, you know, we're closer to the launch. But I'm definitely liking everything I see with this. The graphics look amazing, and overall the gameplay looks pretty nuts. Like, I'm honestly not sure where to go with this. I feel like it's just been so long since I've played an Oddworld game that I definitely should get reacquainted with it. So far, I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. I'm not gonna lie, this game's kind of been under the radar for me, but honestly, it's not exactly looking so bad. I wasn't too sure what to think of it when it was first announced, and it being in first person is okay, I guess. It's not exactly a bad thing to have horror games in first person, but the gameplay looked a little bit stiff to me in some areas, and I wasn't too sure what to make of it in some cases. It's just, the aesthetic is amazing, but I don't think I'll like the gameplay too much. I think this is one of those games where I definitely would want to try out a demo for it first or something before I get too excited overall for it. Yeah, so I'm pretty much interested in Godfall. I know that not a lot of people are interested in the whole live service games or, you know, farm for loot sort of style or anything like that. But I'm mostly interested in this game because it has to do with melee combat mostly. I'm sure there'll be range stuff like arrows and magic spells or anything else like that. And the game honestly isn't exactly seeming like it's getting a lot of positivity with the way it was first presented. The frame rate basically dipping is not a good sign and hopefully will get addressed. This is again one of those games that I do want to play as a beta or alpha, whichever they can throw at me, and hopefully basically give my judgment from there. I don't want another Anthem. Please don't give me another Anthem. Here comes the start of the show. The Demon's Souls remake is absolutely my highlight for the PlayStation 5 reveal. I have been waiting for a remake for Demon's Souls forever. I've been waiting for a remake since I played this back in 2013 for the very first time. Demon's Souls has absolutely captivated me back then, and I'm sure that the remake will do the same. I know that many are basically showing concern about how, because the graphics are being updated, that the absolute tone and atmosphere will basically be missing from the original, and I don't exactly fully agree with that, because after seeing the trailer and them showing different segments of the game, it shows that they're trying to keep the atmosphere as best as they can. They aren't trying to completely get rid of the tone and atmosphere from the original, they're trying to enhance it so that way they can give you a different overall experience. I feel like given everybody's reaction to Shadow of the Colossus and how it was well received, I have no doubt that Demon's Souls remake will basically fall in the same category as being an amazing remake. It's something that I definitely look forward to, and I cannot wait to hear more about this game. I want to first start off by saying that I absolutely loved Resident Evil 7. It was a title that basically renewed my faith in the Resident Evil series as a whole, and it was an incredibly fun and memorable experience. So obviously, I couldn't wait until I heard news of Resident Evil 8. What were they gonna do with it? Would it still star Ethan? Unfortunately though, due to leaks, I wasn't exactly sure how to handle the trailer reveal for the game. Yes, it's absolutely exciting to see Resident Evil 8 over another remake, but the fact of the matter was that I was going from complete hype to basically going, oh, here comes the werewolf part or anything like that. I basically went from hype to my brain telling me, hey, what about them leaks though? Or hey, what about that werewolf part coming up? I wasn't too exactly sure how to feel, but I was excited to finally see the game talked about by the developers. It was definitely a weird experience basically going through this trailer because I was extremely excited for Resident Evil 8, but at the same time I was basically kind of being held back from my full excitement of the game because of how much was basically leaked. There was definitely a couple of things that were new, such as the Duchesses, as I like to call them, the vampire queens and stuff like that, and Chris basically being a bad guy, I guess, and yeah, but overall I couldn't exactly get too excited for the game. I definitely want to see more, and hopefully no more leaks will be happening, but I won't exactly hold my breath. It'll basically be a game that I tried my best to avoid spoilers on. Alright, so let's talk about the PS5 for a bit. I generally do actually like the design. I don't particularly hate it, but I don't think I'll be leaving it standing up anytime soon. I usually leave my consoles laying down or anything like that, so that way it's not too bad or anything. But yeah, I think I overall enjoyed the design for the console itself. It's not terrible or anything like that. Honestly, I probably should have seen the Alienware-esque X51 design coming from a mile away, considering how the Xbox One was... the Xbox Series X was trying to basically look like a mini PC, and I figured that Sony would probably follow the same design as well. I don't entirely hate the design or anything like that. I think it's actually pretty sleek and clean. I cannot tell you why, but I've had like 2 DualShock 4 controllers basically go bad on the analog stick. It's so strange. Here's hoping that the controller designs are a little bit more durable than the last one. Overall, yeah, I do like the design, and having a digital edition is actually a really smart idea. Alright, so that's basically what I think about the overall presentation from Sony. I wanted to basically go over some of the games that I found pretty interesting. And I know that I didn't go over every single game, but trust me, if I wanted to talk about every single one of those games, we'd be here forever. So that'll do it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I know you've seen those on floating around the video, but I figured I'd remind you since you made it to the end of the video. And if you like live streaming, you can catch me over at twitch.tv/Aydarkzero, and that'll basically be the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and stay safe.